Welcome to the show. I'm Mike.
I'm Maggie.
And we are Friends on Fire.
Friends on Fire is a podcast on a mission to get friends to talk about money.
So, Maggie, today we have sort of an interesting episode. It's a little bit different than what we've normally been doing.
Yeah, so this is a follow-up from our show last week, which was all about kids and finances and how you can still raise happy, healthy children on budgets.
Do you think we discussed anything controversial on this show?
Yeah, I think a lot of the things we discuss are controversial.
I'm thinking some of it might have perhaps bothered some of our listeners.
Yeah.
But hopefully was enlightening.
Well, controversial is a strong term, but I do think a lot of the topics, or I find even when I have personal discussions with friends about money, a lot of the topics are very sensitive, and it, takes time to get people to want to talk about things and want to open up about things.
And I think kids in general can be one of the easiest excuses for why your finances aren't in great shape. I think it's one of the most helpful topics we can have, but certainly is going to be difficult for a lot of people.
Sort of tied to the point of talking about, this topic in general being controversial. I was listening to another podcast yesterday, actually, and they were talking about the idea of kind of meeting people where they are. And I actually have to be careful because I'm so passionate about this topic. I sometimes am afraid I can come across as super judgmental or just pushy in my ideas and thinking they're the only way to be. And I loved this other person's advice, which was just the idea of meeting people where they are. And people need to decide what's best for them and what they want to do and what their priorities are. And I just think that's an important note, particularly around kids. And, money itself is a very sensitive topic to a lot of people. But as soon as you start talking about people's kids and how they raise them also, that's incredibly sensitive and personal. So as we say on a lot of these shows, this is our personal views and opinions. And, we just want to be open and sharing them. And we hope that it prompts a conversation and thinking. We don't necessarily expect you to think the same way we do about these topics.
Yeah, that's a great point. And it goes back to one of the comments we made on, I think, our very first show, is that a lot of people go through life not knowing there's another way. And if our discussion just introduces someone to the idea that they could be doing things differently and still be happy, then mission accomplished.
I think that sounds great. I also feel like we should note that we're sitting in your closet right now, Mike. Mike read somewhere that we don't usually record at Mike's house, but he read somewhere that some of the best acoustics are actually in your closet because of all the clothing around you.
Yes, but then ironically, most of the shelves in my closet are empty, so I don't think we're actually getting the effect I was hoping for.
Yeah, true. But the first time Mike came over to record the podcast in my house, he immediately was like, we're talking about where we're going to record in my house. And he's like, can we go into the closet? And I was like, I guess I wasn't really prepared for you to come into my closet right now. And I don't think there's enough room for us to sit down and record a podcast in there.
It would have been very cramped.
But Mike has a very large closet. And he brought a table in here and it's actually quite cozy. So, okay, so we're going to jump right in. Again, last week we talked about kids and finances. Today we are actually going to interview our children because we either want to validate or perhaps invalidate some of our views of, the things we said about our kids and how they are, quite happy and healthy with some of the financial practices that we kind of put in place around our lifestyle. And so we're going to ask our kids some different questions about their thoughts on money, work, happiness, etc. And I don't know about you, Mike, but every time I'm around my children and trying to hold any sort of an adult conversation, I can't get any words out and I'm constantly interrupted. So I don't even think we should talk anymore. I think we should just get the kids up here.
All right, let's start with the youngest.
Okay, we're going to bring them into the closet to interview them. This is going to be great. Okay, we have our first guest on. And one thing I would just like to say is, I love your dress. I feel a little underdressed right now, but that dress is beautiful. So well done on dressing for the occasion. Okay, can you tell us your name and how old you are?
What are your name?
What's your name?
Mia.
What's
Michael.
No, that's my name.
No, don't tell us our names. How about this? How old are you?
How old are you?
No.
How old are you?
You tell us how old you are. How many?
3.
Yes, you're
There you
3.
go.
It's going to be a long interview.
Mia, are you happy?
Yes.
Mia, what makes you happy?
My friend.
Do you think you have enough money?
Yes.
Would you rather I go to work all day or stay home and play all day?
Yes.
Yes. Which one? Which one would you rather have? Talking to the mic.
Mike.
Mike, that's his name.
Would you rather I go to work or stay at home and play?
I stay and play.
Okay. Yeah. Do you feel like you have enough toys?
Yes.
Talking to the mic.
Mike.
Do you feel like you have enough toys?
Yes.
Are you happy?
Yes.
Hey, Mia.
What?
When we go to Target, are you allowed to buy toys?
No.
Do you just play with them at Target?
Yes.
Is that fun?
Yes.
And are you okay with the fact that you can't buy any toys while you're there?
Yes.
All right. Well, this has been enlightening.
Yeah. One final question for you, okay? How do you feel about this podcast that we're recording?
I don't know. I'm done.
You're all done? I like it. Okay.
All
High
right.
five.
Thanks, Mia.
Okay, you're our next. We got our next interviewee up here. Hi. You can talk loud
you can
so we
talk.
can hear you.
Hi.
What's your name?
Emma.
What grade are you in?
Kindergarten.
Okay, nice. Are you happy?
Yes.
What makes you happy?
Playing?
Do you think that money buys happiness?
No.
What do you think I do during the day?
Work.
And what do you think I do at work?
You do stuff.
Yeah, that's pretty accurate. You do stuff.
That's actually how I describe
Yeah.
it professionally as well.
Yeah. But we're going to update our LinkedIn profiles with I do stuff.
Right.
If you could either have your dad work less and spend more time playing with you, or work more but have more money to buy you things, what would you rather have?
Buying.
Oh, interesting.
So you would rather I go away all day and then you buy you toys, or would you rather I stay home and play with you during the day?
You go away and buy me toys.
Okay, look, this is an honest, hard-hitting interview series.
This is devastating for me. Emma, are you saying that you don't want to play with me during the day?
No. No.
And you would rather have toys.
Yes.
Okay, well, look, Mike, you heard it here first. So,
I need to rethink
we're not
my
gonna
entire
edit
life.
this. We're not going to edit this out. Okay. If you had all the money in the world, what would you buy first?
A toy.
What toy?
A mermaid.
A mermaid? A live mermaid or like a doll mermaid?
Just a toy mermaid.
Oh, just a toy
For
mermaid.
a bath.
Hey, Emma,
to take a bath with.
how many bath mermaids do you have already?
I forgot to count.
But you're saying if you had more money, you would buy more mermaids? And you think that would make you happy?
Yes.
How much money do you think I earn every year?
1,000 million hundred.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
That would be
we
awesome.
Would be.
How much do you think Maggie earns?
1,000 million hundred.
The same.
Yeah. Finally, women are making the same as men. It's an exciting time in the world.
How progressive.
Okay. Do you feel like you have enough clothing?
Yes.
Okay, so you don't need any more?
No.
Okay, we got a couple other questions for you. You got a few more minutes for us? No, she just shook her head no. Okay. If you had to go live in a tiny house and you didn't have a lot of space for your stuff and you could only take 5 things with you, what would they be?
A dress, toys, a dress and a toy, and a stuffy.
Stuffy. And would you be happy if you just had those things?
Yes.
Thanks, Emma.
Okay, are you ready?
Mm-hmm.
How old are you?
8.
And what's your name?
Kate.
Okay. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
I'm 8, and my name is Kate, and my birthday is...
Okay, let's not share your birthday on the air. Okay, so are you happy?
Yes.
Do you think that money buys happiness?
No.
Okay, thank you. How do you feel about my job?
I like it?
Do you think I work too much?
Yes.
Would you, what do you think I do at work?
I think you make money.
What do I do to make money, though?
You work.
Okay, this has been a fascinating conversation. Thanks, Kate. Okay, we got a few more questions for you. Remember that we had this conversation one day before bedtime one night. Would you rather me work less but us have less money to buy things? Or would you rather me work more and us have a lot of money to buy things?
Work more and have us more money to buy things?
So when we had this conversation, you said you would be okay with me quitting my job.
Well, I changed my mind.
Wow.
This is not going as
I'm
planned
telling
today,
you, we've
Maggie.
based like our life goals on these beliefs. So honestly, if I said I could be there every day to pick you up from school, but we would have a little bit less money to take like cool trips and stuff, or you would go to ASA after school care, and I would work more and be around less, but we could go on cool trips and stuff. What would you rather have?
I would rather you work more and we go on cool trips.
Wow.
I'm like, this is shocking my psyche, but let's keep going. Okay.
Yeah, so
Kate,
you
you're
were making fun of me
I know,
when my
sorry.
daughter was saying this.
By the way, you're doing great. This is exactly what we want. We want you to give us some honest answers, okay? Is there anything you wish we spent more money on, or are you pretty happy?
I'm pretty happy.
Okay. If you had all the money in the world, what would you buy first?
A ride to Australia.
Oh, I like it. A plane ride to Australia.
So which would you rather have? All the toys you can possibly fit in your room, or a ride to Australia?
A ride to Australia.
And why is that?
Because I want to go to Australia.
Yeah, it sounds like fun.
Do you feel like you have enough clothing?
Yes.
How do you feel when I don't let you get sprinkles on your ice cream sometimes?
Sad.
Oh.
Do you know how much those sprinkles cost?
1 penny.
That doesn't seem like a lot of money.
Just to be clear, when sprinkles are free, I always let them get them. It's just when they cost extra that I don't let them get sprinkles.
How much could the sprinkles be?
Yeah, they're like another 50 cents. But why would you pay extra money to get extra sugar on top of the sugar you're already buying?
That's a good point.
Also, Kate, how do you feel when I won't let you get the larger size ice cream and I make you get like the kid's size?
Sad.
But your belly feels pretty full at the end of the ice cream, right?
Yes.
Okay. Do you know what debt is? Mike, explain debt to her.
Debt is when you borrow money to buy something, and then you have to pay back the money plus extra money called interest.
What do you think about that?
I think that sounds cool.
It's not really a great thing, actually. Okay, Kate, if you had to go and live in a tiny house and you could only take 5 things with you because you wouldn't have room for all your other stuff, what 5 things would you take with you?
One of my stuffed animals.
Okay, that's one.
Clothes.
Okay, what else?
My iPhone without data.
Okay. Thanks for clarifying that it's without data. 2 more items.
My favorite toy.
Okay, what's your favorite toy?
An LOL doll. Markers, crayons, pencils, and a bunch of sheets of paper.
Oh, some art supplies. I like
For
it.
artwork.
Nice.
That's a lot more than 5 items.
Well,
though.
I think it was like categories of items, which,
you need to clarify in this
like
question.
an art kit, a clothing kit. I like it. Okay. How do you feel about this podcast?
Who do you think is the better host, me or Maggie?
I can't answer that.
Why not? Because the truth will hurt your mom?
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh my goodness.
Thanks, Kate.
Who do you like more, me or Mike?
I can't answer that.
Okay, fine. I would have thought it was an easy answer, but whatever. Okay.
Thank you.
I think we're done with you. Could you send Anna up here, please? Okay, well, it turns out we should both just stay at work.
This has not been as positive as I was thinking. Both of our kids want us to work more.
But they would rather travel than have stuff, which is a great quality.
Yes. And I think the biggest highlight of this interview so far has been that I am the better host of the show.
We forgot to ask the other kids that question. I might have gotten some votes from the younger ones that are a little confused by the question.
Yeah, my kids talk about you all the time.
Really?
They want you to come play with them for some reason.
Oh, that's so funny.
Yeah.
I wonder why. I just have an impression on kids,
Maybe. I think it was actually that you promised to bring them presents.
Oh, right.
And so now they associate with you.
Well,
with
I
presents.
did bring them presents. So,
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. Nice. To be clear, the presents were hand-me-downs from my kids, but they don't have to know that.
Can you tell us your name?
Anna.
Is there something funny about your name? Why are you laughing?
I don't know.
How old are you?
8.
You're also 8.
What grade are you in?
3rd.
Okay. Let's start with the most important question, Anna. Who do you like better, me or Mike?
Well, I don't really know.
Oh my God, why wouldn't you just choose me?
I don't really know Mike, so Maggie.
Oh, okay, thanks. By default. Not like, oh, Maggie, you're such a great person. I like you.
All right. Well, let me ask it this way. Who is the better host of this show, me or Maggie?
Oh, that's hard.
Oh, don't feel pressure to answer. Who makes decisions about how much ice cream you get?
Maggie.
Okay, so who's the better host of this podcast?
I have some ice cream in my freezer if you want it. Hey, who gave you cookies when you showed up?
This is like psychological torture.
Okay, let's get into the questions.
We're just messing. We're just messing around with you, right? Okay. Are you happy?
Yes.
What makes you happy?
Family.
Oh, that's sweet, baby. You're like the sweetest. What else makes you happy?
Ice cream.
It's just because I was just talking about ice cream. What else makes you happy? Family and ice cream. Anything else?
Doggies and kitties.
Aw.
Animals.
You do love animals. Do you still want to be a vet when you grow up?
Yes.
Okay. Do you think that money buys happiness?
No.
What do you think does buy happiness?
Family.
Okay. Yeah, I like your sticking with your stories.
She's
Consistent.
consistent.
Okay. How do you feel about my job or your dad's job and how much we work?
I don't like how much you work because I don't really get to see you that much.
If you could either choose for us to work less and have less money to do stuff and buy stuff, or work more and have more money to buy stuff, what would you choose?
Work less and have less money.
I was really worried she was also going to say
Look,
work more.
Yeah, we're 3 for, well, one person didn't answer the question. We
Right.
got 2 that chose we should work more. And we've got Anna, you're the first one that said you would rather us work less and have less money. So
That supports the whole
Thanks.
purpose of this podcast.
yeah,
so thank you.
Thanks. How do you feel about the way that we treat money as a family? Is there anything that you wish we spent money on that we don't spend money on?
No.
Okay.
But I do wish you would get a dog or cat.
Oh, I know. That's a consistent theme in our house.
You know those cost a lot of money, right?
You know that's not a financial decision, right?
No.
I'm allergic.
I know.
Okay.
Which is sad.
I know. It's sad. So if you had all the money in the world, what would you buy first?
A house.
Where would you buy a house?
Atlanta.
Would it be a tiny house or a full-size house?
Tiny house.
I love you so much. Okay, girl after my own heart. If you could change one thing about your life, what would it be?
To get a cat or a dog.
Okay, you're so consistent. I love it.
So is there anything that your parents don't buy you that you wish they would?
Not really.
Just a cat or a dog?
Yeah.
Good answer.
Do you feel like you have enough clothing?
Yes.
Do you feel like you have enough toys?
Yes. I feel like I have more than I need.
What makes you think that?
Just that sometimes I don't really play with the toys that I have.
So do you want to give some toys away?
Yeah.
Do you want to give them to my kids?
Sure.
All right, great.
Would you rather have a new toy or go on like an experience to like Snow Island or do those carnival rides? Experience? Okay. Why?
Because I feel like I'll have more fun with the experience than the toy.
Okay, I like it. Hey, Anna, how do you feel about this podcast?
Cool.
Yeah? Why is it cool?
Because you're being on a podcast.
Okay. And just back to that question of like, who do you think's a better podcast host, Mike or Maggie?
I'll give you cookies again.
I'll put you through college. Mike's not going to be there when you go to college. I will be.
What? What, am I going to be dead?
No, I just meant he's not going to like pay for you to go to college. He'll be there.
I mean, I will be around.
You'll call him Uncle Mike by then because we'll have a raving successful podcast.
Okay, so who is the better podcast host, me or Maggie?
Who started the podcast?
Oh, it's a fair question. It was a joint. I mean, Mike said we should do a project together. I think I'm the one who said, what about a podcast?
What happens if Maggie was the one who came up with the idea?
Maybe Maggie?
I think this interview's over.
High five. I love you.
Good job.
Love you too.
You can go get a cookie down in the kitchen if you want.
Okay.
Okay. Why don't you tell us your name, age, and grade?
My name is Maddie. I'm 11 years old and I'm in 5th grade.
Okay. Are you happy?
Yes.
Do you think money buys happiness?
No.
What do you think makes you happy?
Your family and friends.
So would you rather me and your dad and your mom, would you rather us work more to have more money to buy more things like toys and stuff? Or would you rather us work less and have more time to spend with you but have a little bit less money?
I would rather you spend more time with us.
And make less money?
Yes.
Okay. I like it.
It's tied now, by the way.
Yeah.
So
One
one
we
was a
didn't
non-answer.
ask. Yeah, she was too young.
Yeah. Yeah, so it's 2 for 2.
Yeah, it's 2 for 2. So
I think we know who our 2 favorite kids are.
We could be the tiebreakers, yeah. We like your answer, Maddie. It's very aligned with our priorities and goals also. Do you feel like you have enough clothing?
Yeah.
Do you feel like you have enough toys?
Yeah.
Do you like to clean your room?
No.
You're really good at it, you know.
How much money do you think Maggie makes?
Maybe a little.
How much money do you think I make?
He works in corporate finance. Does that help?
Are you like in charge of like whole group basically and stuff?
She's asking, do I work for you? Sort of.
I'm not Maggie's boss.
In a roundabout way, we all work for Mike. He holds the purse strings.
Then maybe around a little more than Maggie.
Is it because he's a dude?
No, it's because if he's like...
Oh,
if you look like...
Yeah, I got you. You want to know the power dynamics, and that's how you're going to judge what everybody makes.
Yeah.
It's a very logical argument.
That's a very logical way, too. You're super smart. Okay, how much do you think it costs to go to college?
Maybe around $100,000. 100,000.
Okay.
Pretty good.
Maybe.
Yeah. How much do you think a car costs?
50,000.
Also a good guess.
Do you like the Toyota Priuses that you drive, or would you like a nicer car?
I like them.
Do you care what kind of car we drive?
Not really.
As long as it gets you to school.
Yeah.
Okay.
Good job.
Yeah. Are there any questions you want to ask us?
How much money do you make a year?
I'm not going to disclose that, but I like that you're talking about money. Any other questions?
No.
Okay, well, thanks. It's been real. Have fun. Bye-bye. That was interesting.
That was pretty funny. I was surprised that almost half the kids wanted us to work more and buy more stuff.
Uh-huh. Yeah. I like to think they're not old enough to really understand what that means.
Right. They couldn't possibly know what they're talking about. So we'll just
because those answers were wrong. You should probably edit those out.
Right. I'll cut them out in post.
No, I thought it was really interesting, and it's super cute just to hear some of their different answers and to see everybody's dynamics on the mic of who was nervous and who had a lot to say and all that.
Yeah, and despite them saying that they wanted us to work more, none of them said that they wanted more stuff.
You're right. And they all said that they're happy with their current lifestyle, which, as we talked about on the previous episode about kids, doesn't involve them having a lot of stuff or spending crazy amounts of money in many areas of life. So,
in fact, all of your kids said that they have too much stuff.
Yeah. I love that Anna said she wants to give away some of her stuff. We spend a lot of time trying to go through things to give it away. Okay, so I think we will wrap this show up. Again, the purpose of this was to validate or invalidate, which we did a little bit of both, honestly, what our kids think about, kind of their lifestyle and money. So I had fun with this one, Mike.
Yeah, this was great. I'm not sure if we're going to do it again, though.
I'll be honest. Yeah, it took a really long time. And there were Mike edited this out, but there was a lot of long pauses after questions, really thinking and a little stress. Some people were more stressed than others. And so it was cute.
All right. So to wrap things up, we want to hear from you guys. So if you have any questions or comments, give us a call at 404-981-3370. Leave us a comment, question, or tip, and we will play it on the air.
And as you can see, we will play comments and tips from kids. So you're welcome to have your kid leave us a comment or question also. Please subscribe and give us a review. So we would love for you to subscribe to the podcast. And then also leave us a review on iTunes or wherever you're listening to us.
You can also find us at friendsonfire.org if you want to check out the latest episodes, sign up for email, or just get in touch with us.
Awesome. Well, thanks, Mike.
Thanks, Maggie.
See you later.
Bye.
Bye.